Hey everyone, it's Austin and welcome back to day 115 on my journey to 2000. I'll be playing chess every day until I reach the goal. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, all that stuff. Follow me on Twitch. I'm going live tonight and let's get into today's game. Alrighty, and into the 1510 pool we go. Back by popular demand. I don't know, I'll play a game. See, this is what I'm talking about, like, I'm playing a 1587 that's literally going to beat me because I'm playing so bad today. Let's just do the best that we can. That's a very negative self-talk. I should stop that, right? I'm going to win. He's so much lower rated than me, it's not even going to be... He's not even going to have a chance. Oh, God, I need more coffee. I love watching Hanging Pawns videos. And he's like, my two favorite things in the world are coffee and chess. And when they're combined, my life is good. It's like, yes. Could not agree with you more. So, for those of you who are new to the channel, this is the way that I like to play against early bishop f5 stuff. I like to exploit the fact that the b7 square is weak. And now these pawns are going to start rolling. These doubled pawns are considered to be positionally good for white. If you're a veteran of the channel, then you've heard me say this probably a few too many times. So this actually doesn't stop my plan, because I'm going to push here anyway, and if he takes with this pawn, I take with the knight. It's important to note that this bishop is in a absolutely beautiful place where it will always control the b8 square, not allowing my opponent to defend the b7 pawn or even activate on the b file with any rooks. So the idea is to take and push the other one. Okay, so that's a free pawn. And I'm going to have to take it with the rook because I don't want my bishop to get pinned to my rook. Try not to think too much here. These are all pretty straightforward positions. So I think I should probably just take here. This is also another free pawn. But am I really going to get that greedy? I just might. So if I take here, and he goes here, I have this. He gives this check, I go here. Takes here. It's starting to get pretty sketchy for me, let's say. And I'm worried about my greed. At this point, I don't think that I care much if he takes this. It'll give me a good clamp on the e5 square, restricting his play. e5 is one of the main pawn breaks against this structure. So if I go here, I mean, what am I really scared of? This move? I can push. Here? I mean, I can even play this move. He can never give a check on this square because it's defended by the knight. I think I'm going to take this pawn. Okay. The thing to be scared of, I guess, is the positioning of the opponent's light squared bishop. It's definitely poking some important squares in the position. So if he goes here and I go here, is that even a good idea? I mean, he has no moves. He can try to double and then maybe get onto the back rank. But I don't see in what way that benefits him. Because I'm thinking that I'd rather not have my knight be on the back, on this square, because it blocks things. Okay, so I can go here, right? And after here, he can go here to put another attacker on it. Then I can go here. So that looks pretty good. It's going to take him quite a few moves to catch up with his other pieces. Moving the king there was not great, because then it leaves the bishop hanging. If he goes here, pushing is good. Keep in mind this bishop still defends that. This has quickly become one of those positions where it's, you get a winning position out of the opening, your opponent is going to have some counterplay, and now you just need to hang on. I mean, that's the easiest way to describe it. I mean, and this is why I lose a lot of games, because I have a really hard time hanging on. When my opponents put up really good counterplay, I have a really hard time dealing with it. So if I go here and he goes here, you see the problem, right? So do I have anything better to defend that pawn? I don't think so. I'm getting YouTube notifications now. Okay, so that's another option, right? So if I go here, takes, castling. I mean, yeah. I lose a pawn, but I have two passed pawns, and I really don't think I'm going to be able to hang on to all of these pawns. I mean, I just don't see a way to defend this pawn. Maybe game analysis will demonstrate something that I'm not seeing. But until then... Now, I'm playing way too fast because I'm used to playing 10-minute games. We'll see if that bites me or not. Okay, so I do think that that's his best move, which effectively wins him back the second pawn. So it's very unfortunate. But I think what I really want to do is, you know, of course, find a way to hang on to it. And I think that entails doing something to win tempo on the knight with my rook and then repositioning accordingly. So the question is, do I want to do this or this? So if I do this, where does he go? I think in either case, he really wants to go to f6. I mean, that's his only option aside from b8. So if I go here, b8, I don't think it really matters what move I play, to be honest. So if I go here, 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 he can actually take this pawn. Isn't that insane? That is very interesting. Yeah. Yeah, what am I doing? That's the reason why this was better. I mean, is he gonna see that? I mean, he's gonna see it. You can't play hope chess, you know? I think that I've lost my entire advantage. This is what I'm saying, like, I really struggle with, okay, I have a crushing position, now win the game. Really struggle with it. What to say, you know? If I go here and he takes... Yeah, I can't in good conscience play rook b7. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give him the... pawn. The phrase that I like to say is, it feels bad to be bad. And it does. It does feel bad to be bad. I would not recommend it to any one of you. So if he goes here, I'm going here. Or if he goes here, I'm going here, rather. My light square bishop is completely useless. Yeah, you know, we're just trying to have fun here. Opponent from Poland. Okay, that's an interesting move. I don't think it's very good. Having a hard time seeing how he's going to stop this pawn now. I think that bishop was really contributing to his counterplay. And he basically got rid of his passed pawn, right? Because this was a passed pawn before, now it's not. So king f2 is definitely in order. And make this move without thinking too much. Interesting. Really not sure what his goal is here. I want to go rook or bishop e2 and bishop e2 anyway, so that way I can get my king on f3. Kind of holding everything together while at the same time remobilizing my bishop to a place in the board where it's actually going to be useful. So the question is, do I go king f2 or do I go bishop e2? Bishop e2 makes an immediate threat. So I think his plan is to go here. So if I go bishop e2 here, 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 back. I don't know. It's hard to say. Oh, it's hard to say. I don't like it when their knights get in. Yeah, see. I don't like this at all. Here. I mean, this might be my best move, honestly. Just stop chasing the knight around. But then that gives him this square, right? So if I go here and he goes back and then I go here. Yeah, that makes sense to me. I'm also having a really hard time visualizing and calculating right now. I don't know. I've been kind of like shaking all day. Just like, not like in a weird way. I've just been really cold, so I've been like shivering. So if he goes, okay. So I think I'm going to start pushing this pawn. Which might be what he wants. Here, here, here. He does nothing. He goes here. I'm just going to push again. Important to note that he doesn't have this square because of the bishop. He doesn't have this square because of the bishop. So. Okay. So, do I take with the bishop or do I take with the rook? Let's take with the bishop. If he goes here, I need to calculate checking. See if I can sack everything and promote. So obviously it was my plan to come to this square anyway. That was the point. That's a pretty good looking move. So I think what I want to do is go here. No, that doesn't make sense. Well, it's defended right now. So let's not make any drastic decisions. Then what I can do is go here. After here, here. And, I'm vibing. I can meander my king in there, I think. I don't think that I want to do really anything else. If I went here, it would be to go to here and push, but then he's getting in front. I think trying to trade off this rook isn't a bad idea when I'm up a piece. Right, so now it's 2 attackers, 1 defender. Now it's 2 attackers, 2 defenders. And the important part to realize is that, like, rooks are terrible at defending laterally, but I don't need my rook to defend laterally because pawn's on a light square, I have a light square bishop. Okay. So. This move? That looks hot. No, then he's just blockading. So if I go here, here, I can't go here because then he takes, but then I take. And then I'm guiding the pawn from the front and the back. I really like the look of this move. I'm trying to find an issue with it. I have tons of time to find an issue with it, so let's just like chill for a second. This is so unusual, me having some time. Oh, here, I'm gonna do the hanging pawns. I hope he watches this video. I love him so much, you know. Obviously any jokes that I make are in good fun. The guy's twice the chess player I'll ever be. I don't see any weird tactics. The reason that I like this move is because it doesn't allow him to get the other rook onto the back rank. And if he like does this to attack the bishop, I'm just promoting. I'm just like so proud of myself because like this has been the first time that I can literally remember that when a knight has infiltrated that I didn't just blunder all my pieces. I mean, like, I've talked about it on the channel a couple times, but y'all, I struggle with knights. I don't know what it is, but like I struggle. So cap score, I played an 84, he played a 77. To the dude that was talking all that trash on yesterday's game saying 1700 still blunder every game. Neither of us had a blunder this game. I had a mistake, he had 2. Or sorry, I had a miss, he had 2. We both had 4 mistakes each. So suck it. And okay, so this is knight f3 is +1, this is plus 0.6. So knight f3, I was kind of thinking about this because the way that he could, I'm gonna guess why this isn't as good, because I think that his best move in the next position, okay, a5 was best. I was gonna say this, e5 isn't an accuracy, but it's equalizing, because obviously I would want to take with the pawn. Oh wow, it doesn't even want you to capture. That's how strong this move is. That's the main, like, that's definitely a danger that you guys are going to see, and definitely a reason why knight f3 is important. We've talked about this in the middle of the game, like, in these pawn structures where we've pushed all the way to c5, a lot of times that pawn can become a liability because after the pawn break e5, if you take or somehow get the pawn broken up, the c5 pawn can get very weak. So if you're used to playing the London, or that's like the best example that I have. Let's just go back to the top and set up like a normal position for the London, right? let's just say here, if they do this, ding, 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 you need to be looking at B3 and E5. That's the best examples that I have for you guys. But anyway, let's get back to, so that was a mistake. Taking here was a miss. This was a mistake, equalizing. It was in fact too greedy, and he did a good job putting pressure on me for a while. Okay, so this. Okay, interference. I have trouble with those types of tactics as well, where you're interposing pieces between the attackers. So I don't necessarily need to defend this pawn. If I block the bishop's view of it, that works as well. So now this is completely equal. And just so you guys are aware of what I was saying in the game, this, oh wow, it's just saying straight up, take it with the rook. Why? No. This is what I was saying. Computer wants this, which is crazy, but I think that this is really strong and very straightforward as well. Because, I mean, you're just gonna have a hard time hanging on to that pawn now. B5 is now the best move. That was what we talked about in yesterday's video. That's the tough part about winning pawns, right? Is the fact that they can move around. So the best way to win them is to blockade them and then start piling up on them. So I discussed knight c2 during the game. Turns out it was better to do that right away. This was a mistake because he had knight a6. But knight a6, I was thinking this. And if he took, it was going to be 2 pieces for the rook. And I liked my odds there. But computer disagrees because you win f4 at the end, I'm guessing? No. It's because the computer wants to make a draw. Maybe not. Just so everybody knows, that's not back rank mate because you can block with either piece. And then scurry your king around, and there's no danger of other pieces being added to the attack because the D file is only semi-open. But yeah, this is the end of that line for the computer. So this is better for black because he's just simply up a pawn. Fair enough. But that didn't happen. He took here. And I really liked my chances here. Bishop e2, great move. My other thought was king f2, but there's no point in playing that move. It's not even in the top 3 engine moves because it's like, you know, what is the point? There, my king's not in danger. The pawn isn't in danger. Those are the times when you need to make those moves. Like when I was a lower ELO, I would get away with these types of things, right? You would be able to make this move because it's like, sure, it's a good move. Like it's ultimately moving towards what you want to do. But as you get higher and higher rated, I'm finding it's like the precision matters so much. Like you need to make the most accurate move that is the most forcing. Otherwise, you're giving your opponent tempi to like just ruin you. And they will. I'm just so happy that I played like those series of best moves. I mean, I understand that for a lot of you guys it was probably like really obvious. But when a knight scurries its way into my territory and starts hitting on my rooks and stuff, I mean, I've lost tournament games just like not even having a hard time figuring it out. So it wanted rook takes more, but it's only a difference of 0.2 in the eval. Oh wow, it even just wants blocks. So this was only a good move. Best move. So the best move was to just push, which was my other idea, but I didn't like this. But I guess in this position is when we would play bishop a6. No, once rook a6. But I mean, it's a difference of 1.5 on the eval. Alright, so Chess.com said I played like a 1900, opponent played like a 1700. Yeah, I had 2 great moves, he had 1. I had 11 best moves, he had 9. I'm not going to run through all of this, but just kind of outplayed my opponent a little bit there. There was only 1 point where my mistake actually gave my opponent an advantage, and that was this. But it was because you had to see a line where you sacked 2 pieces for the rook in order to get a pawn on the other side and end up a pawn. Well, I guess it's up. You're up 2 pawns, but it's 4. Yeah, you guys understand. All right. Well, like I said, if you guys are watching this as soon as I post it, come check me out on Twitch. I'm streaming with Wesley. There's a bunch of content creators for chess that are trying to get together and do some cool stuff. Wesley's one of them. Seems like a cool guy. He's on Mountain Time, so I'm already jealous of him. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Shout out to my 1 channel member that signed up yesterday. I noticed that, and I really appreciate it. Thanks, and I'll see you tomorrow.